My name's Murray Warner. I'm a owner of a chiropractic practice in Mona Vale called Warner Family Chiropractic. Before I started with Nitro, I've been with Nitro now, according to my sticker, my new logo, I've been with Nitro 4 years. At the time I was in solo practice, I'm still a solo practitioner. I had one staff member and we just weren't really growing. I'd sort of reached a moderate level of success and I had no idea how to go to the next stage or to grow my practice any further. It was a bit like Groundhog Day, you know, you just felt that maybe this was as good as life was ever going to get. We weren't going to do anything different. You know, had a moderate level of success. I was kind of content, I could pay my bills, I couldn't really go on holidays, I couldn't do things with my family. I got a young family, I had a younger family back then, still got a young family. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just going to be on the treadmill of life and get in the grind and get up Monday through Friday, work every day, do my thing. And that was just, it was going to be too hard. You know, you hear the stories as a chiropractor from other chiropractors that, you know, things are different now. It's harder to grow a practice. It's you know, as a solo practitioner, you should work with people. You need to do different things, and you know, just felt like maybe it is all too hard, and it was easier just to settle, I suppose, for the status quo. Why did I join Nitro? I suppose I joined Nitro. I've been thinking about it. I've brought my staff / my wife on this Nitro retreat, and we were talking about it the day before. And there's a part of I wanted to come to Nitro to belong to something, to a group. You know, being in solo practice, you're just by yourself, and you think you're the only one with your problems and doing those sort of things. And it looked like a great place to go. I wanted a tactic really to start with. I wanted to know what was the one thing, if I said this, you know, my life would change and I'd see hundreds and hundreds of people come to my office. So initially I wanted, you know, some tactic, but when I got into there, I learned it was more about, you know, me and my personal development and my growth, that if I hung around with some people that had a growth mentality but also had the same problems, you figure out ways around the situation that you're in, and you could grow and develop by, one, surrounding yourself with people who were more successful or as successful as you, but it also experienced the same problems. So I wanted to be sort of part of a group, really. I had a couple of friends who were in Nitro at the time, and they said, you've just got to, you know, you can stay with the status quo or you can try something different. And I suppose I just went, well, what have I got to lose? You know, I could go and do one of these events and stay exactly where I am, or I could go to one of these events and maybe something would change. And you know, a lot of the change it's been as much personal as it has been professional. So, you know, that development and growth happened in both areas of my life. And I think if you can grow the personal, the professional just follows suit. You know, we were just talking in the session before that, you know, Nitro has some values and some pillars, and I think as a chiropractor we all want to make some impact in our lives and in our communities around us. And you know, I think that voice is in all of us as chiropractors. We all want to do better, have a bigger practice, have a bigger influence in our communities. And I think just, you know, the voice does get in your head. It's going, well, is that it? I've done a couple of different coaching courses. I've done some coaching with some guys that are very scripted, very do this, very cookie cutter type sort of thing, and that works to a certain level, but it doesn't make you very authentic. You feel like you're really even more on the treadmill of life. You're doing something that you're not even that excited about. And I also tried going down the technique path. You know, if I got really good at a technique or a skill, one certain skill, that would make all the difference. I've thought about giving up and having another career. It's hard being a chiropractor, and being a solo chiropractor is hard because we think we're the only ones having those problems with our clients, with our patients, with our families or whoever around us. And you know, there are moments where you go, God, surely it would be easier, you know, to just go and get a job. The group, you know, without Lawrence, and there wouldn't be Nitro, and without Nitro there probably wouldn't be Lawrence. So as much as Lawrence cultivates and supports and maybe holds you accountable for things, the group has a massive effect. And You learn as much from Lawrence, you learn as much from the group, so they keep you accountable. Lawrence keeps you accountable. The whole situation keeps you sort of going, and you keep faith in what you're doing, and you know that you are making an impact. There was a low point before I found Lawrence that I thought my situation was just my situation, and I was going to be moderately successful. There's been low points throughout the journey too. You know, things happen. You know, I've been involved with Nitro for 4 to 5 years now, and there's been low points during that, and it's really easily, without the network that Nitro and Lawrence create, that you could easily go down a quick rabbit hole. Oh, things just became easier. It's probably once I started working with Lawrence, started to get clear on where I wanted to go with my practice, with my life. You know, it just helped with that vision. You know, we all have a vision and we all have a goal, and Lawrence helps you understand that you probably never get there, but because once you get there, you'll go, that wasn't that bad. I think I should create another vision. It makes you think a vision's bigger than what you think you're capable of. I've learnt to accept that life's a journey. It's not a destination. So one of the things to do to your worst enemy is hope they win the lotto, because many people who win the lotto end up more miserable than what they were. They think just wealth, having financial freedom is going to bring happiness, and in the end they go, oh, now all I have is people wanting money, I've got other bills that all sort of go along the way. So you often find when you get a goal, there's just another goal just behind it, and you have to adapt and readjust to that. And with Lawrence and Nitro's guidance, you just know that there's always another step. A lot of people think that having a chiropractic coach is somebody who's going to give you some cookie cutter result and make you into something that you're not, that you don't want to be or you don't think you can be. Coming along to joining Nitro and working with Lawrence, you're going to just learn how to be a better version of yourself. You're going to get away, you're going to come away to a beautiful location like we are in the Mornington Peninsula. You're going to check out for a couple of days, so when you get back you can check back in and really make a difference. So, you know, until you experience it, until you lean into it, you know, you're not going to know. And, you know, there's some people that have come and gone out of this group and will come back again, I'm sure. You're not alone. No matter how good or bad you think it is, it can always be better. And I heard a saying once, it takes a community to raise a family. And, you know, it takes a community to raise the chiropractic profession. It takes a community to raise your own game. So if you want to raise your game, get involved in a community, and Nitro is essentially a community that's going to help you grow and evolve and be a better version of yourself.